Anna Sherbakova performed in a show for the first time since her leg surgery. The Olympic champion took part in the Moscow Seasons Festival. She performed a show number to Madonna's Frozen. In March, the 20-year-old figure skater underwent ankle surgery. This is her first appearance on the ice in an ice show since her recovery. Such a wonderful, magical gift it turned out to be for the audience. Anyuta's long-awaited return to her element, to the cold, but so warm and native ice. Evgenia Medvedeva appreciated Kori Sakamoto's gliding. I was with her several times at training and at warm-ups and at competitions, respectively, in the same warm-up. And this is an athlete to whom you will not get a meter closer because you understand that she will simply knock you down. There are athletes who do this on purpose, to put pressure on you mentally, to scare you somehow. And it just works out that way for her, because she does one push and skates half the rink at a huge speed, because she just has such a technique, Medvedeva said on the show Rink. Sakamoto is a three-time world champion and a bronze medalist at the 2022 Olympics. She came in third in the Grand Prix final this season. Tuktamisheva said that she could return if she was admitted to international competitions. The figure skater last competed in the 2022-23 season. Liza, if we are in an ideal world and are admitted to the Olympic Games, do the Olympics still excite you? Would you like to come back, or are you already living a different life? I think I could come back to sports, but I'm sure I wouldn't go, haha. Why? Do you think there's some kind of pattern? It seems to me that there is some kind of pattern, said 2015 world champion Elizaveta Tuktamisheva on the YouTube show Rink. Trenkov named the skaters who could represent Russia at the Olympics. Now those who already have Olympic experience could perform at the Olympics and international competitions. These are Mashina, Galyamov, Boykova, Kozlovsky. Our girls have been very strong in recent years. If we take the leader of the current season, then Adelia Petrosyan. She just hasn't performed at adult international tournaments, so it's hard to say. If she skates the same way as at Russian competitions, then she will be competitive at international competitions, said two-time Olympic champion Maxim Trenkov. Former Russian skaters Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin are having a strange season for Georgia. In a month and a half, they went from a wild personal best at the Nepola Memorial, 201.87 points, to the worst result in their careers, just shown in Croatia at another Golden Spin Challenger, 178.59. A short explanation of why such a sine wave is an anomaly for dance. The main reason for the fluctuating scores in the rest of the figure skating is failed jumps and falls. In dance, falls are extremely rare, unless it was the performance of Elizaveta Kudaiberdieva and Igor Bazin a couple of years ago. And failures of elements in top duets are also rare, so the sums are usually conservative. But the main constants are the places of the couples relative to each other, usually called the Q. Davis and Smolkin blew up this balance at the Nepola Memorial, as they once did before the Olympics, ahead of the Spaniards and Finns, with whom they always fought on principle, and also got close to the British pair Furr/Gibson, the current silver medalists of the Euro. The cosmic personal best is just an addition to this breakthrough, which was easily explained. An inconspicuous challenger, a loyal team of judges with the participation of a faithful companion from Georgia, Yulia Levshinova. But more important, of course, was the context. Second place in the fight with the top pairs. That total is still the 7th in the ranking of the best results of the season, and among European duets, Diana and Gleb are only 0.02 below the virtual podium, for which they definitely dream of fighting one day. At that moment, it seemed that sooner rather than later, already at the nearest negative 2,025 euro in Tallinn. And then the troubles began. A month later, at the Chinese stage of the season best Grand Prix, Davis and Smolkina lost almost 20 points, but again, the details are more important. Only 8th place, the worst result without taking into account local pairs and a huge gap. more than 10 points from the same main rivals whom they overtook in Bratislava. In fact, today everything was pretty good. I think we can be proud of each other. I think we showed what we worked on, but there is still room to improve. Gleb's words after the Chinese stage sounded confident, which even his mother-in-law would envy. But the fresh result in Zagreb was even more stunning, despite the final silver. 178.59 is the worst total for Davis and Smolkina in their adult career, even taking into account the performance under the Russian flag. Phoebe Becker and James Hernandez, who beat Davis and Smolkin, had a personal best of 32.13 points lower. That's a real abyss, and are not yet considered a top duet. They are only in their second senior season. Last year, they did not qualify for the free dance at the World Championships, and this year they competed in two challengers, in Astana and Nice, where they did not rise higher than 6th place. And now they have won. It all started with the rhythm dance. There, Davis and Smolkin made a mistake when performing a spinning lift, but it was worth a couple of lost points. The rest is small stuff. A step sequence lowered to level 2, a familiar level 2 pattern. Nothing critical that would distinguish this performance from the rest of the season. The most paradoxical thing is that Davis and Smolkin did not make any obvious mistakes in the free dance compared to their record-breaking performance at the Nepola Memorial. The base of both programs differs by only half a point. But the GE judges' scores for the quality of the elements are as if from different worlds, 23.08 then versus 16.28 now. The components also dropped by 7.28 points, and this can no longer be attributed to chance. Even the spring transfer to the Montreal Academy, the most authoritative and titled in dance, has not saved Diana and Gleb. And only Georgian Yulia Levshinova, who judged both Davis and Smolkin tournaments, the best in her career and the worst, remained true to herself. The final score of Davis and Smolkin for the free dance at the two tournaments differs by 13.58 points, but in Levshinova's interpretation the difference was only 5.27 points, and this, of course, is first place for her compatriots. Another indicator, the score for the free dance from the German judge for Davis and Smolkin is 18.93 points lower than from the Georgian one. Yes, at one tournament for the same performance, which they watched, sitting almost next to each other. But these are not Diana and Gleb's problems, but the International Skating Union, ISU, whose judging is still in disarray. But the fact that even Yulia Levshinova acknowledged regression in two performances by Davis and Smolkin with a difference of 1.5 months is an alarming signal before the upcoming European Championship. But Levshinova will not be in Tallinn.